Fasten your seatbelts. Ready for takeoff? I'm with my
strapped
friend
in.
Jeff Richards right here. Jeff is the editor over at Japan Today, and he started a brand new podcast. What's it called?
It's called Japan This Week. I'm just one of the editors. You know Chris Petros. He's the editor-in-chief. He's
Right.
the one that's helping us out with this podcast by curating all the stories. Japan This Week. We're bringing you the top stories in the week, what people are talking about on the website.
What kind of stories are you picking, Jeff?
Well,
you want me to take it from the top?
let's
Or should people should know that sometimes you get stuck for words.
I get stuck for, well, actually, normally they wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
But
We're showing
it does
this
happen.
is kind of stuff that happens really here in the studio. And speaking of studios, today we're here at a place called Blink. Blink is a community workspace?
I guess it's a community workspace here in Tokyo, right in the shadow of Roppongi Hills, right over there. We can see it right out the window here. They've been great. You and I came by here one night and checked it out. They're trying to kick me out of the office when I'm recording these podcasts because apparently I make a little too much noise.
I see.
So they were kind enough to invite us over here to check it out. And it's kind of a nice little co-working space. You know, you can rent offices or shared offices, or they've got event areas and meeting spaces. It's kind of it's neat. It's modern
Really nice, very nice place.
Yeah.
And we want to say a big thanks to Shin, or maybe we should say Shei Ni to Shin, because she's from Taiwan. Very lovely young lady who can help you get set up here at Blink.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, Jeff, so you cover all kinds of stories in your podcast, some of the biggest stories of the week, some of the small stories, some of the weird stories too. How can people find your podcast?
Well, you can find it anywhere you get your podcasts. Whatever podcast store you use, you can just search for Japan This Week. It's on Apple Podcasts, on iTunes, Google Podcasts. It's on Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Wherever you shop for podcasts, you can find it by typing in Japan This Week. We cover all sorts of stuff on the news. I mean, there's always crazy news coming out of Japan. Of course, there's the big, important national political news, and we usually have that as one of our top stories. But I guess a lot of people out there who may not be in Japan, there's kind of some, I was going to say National Enquirer type stories out there, because there's a lot of those tabloids that exist here in Japan.
Right.
And we get a lot of I hesitate to call it news, but they have some interesting stories as well.
And you have a great story this week in the latest podcast about, what is it? Octopuses being hurled at someone's house? I think it's a form of torture. Somebody's trying to torture a neighbor.
It's octopi.
Octopi.
Octopi is the plural, not octopuses.
Okay. Jeff Richards, ladies and gentlemen, he's the editor of Japan Today. If you'd like more information about the podcast, just check it out. We'll put a link right down here below.
Absolutely.
They always do this when they're talking about putting a link down here below, as if we don't know. Anyway,
But if I put something over here, it would go right in front of his face.
Don't do that.
You can
Don't do that.
you can reach me on Twitter at Jeff W. Richards.
Okay. And how many messages have you received so far?
About what?
About anything on your Twitter account? Be honest.
0?
Okay.
You could be the first.
See, send the man a Twitter. Let him know that you care. Thank you, Jeff Richards.
Thanks, Kamasami Kong, and thanks, people out there. If you like the podcast, leave us a rating or review on iTunes. That would be very cool.
Okay, fasten your seatbelts. We're ready for takeoff.
Are we going?
Yeah.
It's one of those hyperdrives.